we can't pay the severance now because we can't afford it. It was caused inflation, a whole bunch of nonsense.
That was opposition leader Jagdeo as he dismissed the excuses being made by the government for its failure to pay billions of dollars owed to thousands of sugar workers who were dismissed from their jobs back in December 2017. Jagdeo, an economist by profession, argued that the government has the means to pay all of the workers their full severance at this point in time. He said that the David Granger administration only needed to cut wastage and bring the US $18 million sign-in bonus paid by ExxonMobil into the consolidated fund, as this alone could cover more than half of the monies owed to the distressed workers. Jagdeo reasoned that cutting wastage of taxpayers' dollars, which is still being spent to give government ministers a good and luxurious life, is another area that should be addressed. He referenced the money spent on Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu and the fact that his budget skyrocketed from $3.3 million to be used for discretionary purposes to a whopping $105 million this year. Referring to him as a minister without a portfolio, Jagdeo said there was no need as well for $400 million to be allocated to his office, as it was a wastage of resources which could be used to pay workers.
Personally, per month, we spend over $10 million on him, personally, per month, in all of the costs. So the dietary, again, has increased by $1.6 billion. That is food in government, eating. And they don't have money to pay severance pay for the workers. So it is a bunch of nonsense. They can tomorrow find the money. In fact, last year, the borrowing increased by 235%. That is government borrowing from the banking system. They're collecting this year $56 billion more in taxes than in 2014, the last year we left office. So the money is there. They're just taking it more from people's pocket, but it is in the government coffers. They could have easily passed a supplementary for $5 billion and pay all the sugar workers their severance.
The former president also chided government for not treating sugar workers with the dignity and respect they deserve.
When they say we don't have the money to pay the severance, or the subsidy was too much to keep Gaisuko going, you know what they're doing? They're turning their own supporters against sugar workers, and even some of our supporters, because some of our supporters would say, you know, things are bad in this country because they had to give the sugar workers the money. That is the objective. It's a clever strategy. They could have paid the severance, but they want people to grovel, to beg, to drag it out, to make the case they don't have money. But they can buy 44 vehicles more for the office of the president since they got into office. 44, 4 Toyota Crowns, 4 Land Cruisers, Benz, BMW, all of these luxury vehicles.
Michael Young, The Evening News.